Hey everyone, so this is the Acer Iconia A500, one of the new Iconia models that Acer has put out. It's actually quite a beast, and I will be reviewing it, and I will also be discussing as to why you should buy it or not buy it. So let's get down to it. Okay, so the first thing you're going to notice is the 10.1 inch screen. It is huge. I have to actually stay quite distance back away from it to get it all on the camera. So that is pretty big, and of course the bezels are huge too, which isn't very desirable, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all, so that's no problem there. And the second thing you're going to notice is the weight. And this thing is a monster. It's going to take quite a bit. Say you want to record a video while holding it with one hand. You're going to get very tired very fast. So it's very heavy. Let's take a look around the tablet now. So on the left side, you got the power button, 3.5mm headphone jack, and the micro HDMI port. At the bottom you got a dock connector for maybe future keyboards, and the media dock. On the right hand side you have a reset button over here, as you can see, a full USB port, micro USB port, and the proprietary power port. So, and of course, on the top you got the rotation lock and the volume rocker. The rest of it is pretty clean. At the front here you have a 2 megapixel front facing camera, and at the back you have a 5 megapixel autofocus camera with a single LED flash. The flash is actually very weirdly positioned, and it affects your pictures pretty badly because it flashes right on top of the lens, which is which makes the pictures very overexposed. There is actually, I have no idea where the mic is. It does pick up video. It picks up sound during video recording, but it's very muffled, so it could be under something. So the video quality is not that great, but it's not bad either. It's definitely not the best I've seen. So there's that. So the interface on the A500 is honeycomb, as you can see here. It's very smooth in landscape, but in portrait it's actually very laggy. It's just a fault of honeycomb itself, but once you get used to it, it's not bad. Landscape is how it's meant to be used, so you might as well go ahead and use that. Of course, in-app portrait works just as well. Just the launcher itself is a little buggy when it's in portrait mode. We got the usual honeycomb goodness, all the soft keys instead of the usual capacitive keys. As you can see here, this is the multitasking tool button, if you may. You can launch all the applications, the last 5 applications that you used, which is true multitasking if you ask me. It's pretty awesome. And you got the trademark Google widget over here. Oh, well, it's not a widget, but the Google, yep, it's not a widget. My bad there. The Google search in widget, if you can call it that. You got the app drawer here, as you can see, which is pretty awesome. Looks good. Back button over here. It's a very big tablet, so you gotta look all around. Adding a widget or a wallpaper is pretty easy. Just add the plus button, or if you're used to Android, just press and hold. Launches the same thing. So yep, that is basic honeycomb. It's pretty good. And this tablet is also due to get 3.1 for sure, so that will bring resizable widgets and so on. So that will be it for the review. I'm gonna be talking about if some reasons of if you should buy it or if you shouldn't buy it. And how this is gonna go is I'm gonna give one good reason and one bad reason, so that you don't get overwhelmed by good or bad reasons, and it'll be, well, quite a good balance. So good reason will be the screen. The screen, even though many people say it won't be as good as some other screens like the IPS display of the Transformer, it's actually a good screen. It's very good, and it shows very good detail, and color comes out very nicely. Blacks aren't as deep as it should be, but it's a very good screen. I can't say anything less. And one bad reason to follow up with that is when it's on sleep mode, it suddenly turns on. And this is not device specific bug. Not that I have a faulty device. I've seen many people complaining about this. I think almost all Iconia tabs have this bug. So the screen does turn on without you knowing it, even say it's in your case or something, and it will just turn on its own. Now for another good thing. The other good thing is that it has 1 gigabyte of DDR3 RAM, not DDR2, which is what almost every other tablet has. And it makes it a lot, well, quite considerably faster, if you ask me. Even faster than stock zoom. It's a lot more fluid, even though the zoom is a more expensive model. I think the screen and the fluency of the tablet is much more satisfactory than the zoom. Of course, I hate Motorola's displays. They're very smoky, is one way to put it. So I'm not very happy with the zoom. Yeah, I would definitely take this over the zoom, except for the bad reason, which is coming up. The bootloaders are locked, sadly. Now, this won't mean anything to you if you don't mess around with your phone's firmware. But if you're one of my subscribers, and well, you would be one of my subscribers for a reason, and you guys would know exactly what I'm talking about. And locked bootloaders is a big no-no. It's sad that it is. I mean, you wouldn't expect a smaller company in the Android department to have a locked bootloader, but they do. They have not released the source code, so there you go. And sadly, there's been no overclock, there's been no development of sorts. There's been some, but not much. It can be rooted. That's about all you can do with it, which is sad. But well, the Motorola, even though it has the locked bootloaders, it does have an overclock, and it has a lot of support, which is kind of unfair. But I'm getting off track here. That would be the second good and bad reason. So a third good reason would be the price. It's $499 for the 32 gig model, which is the Canadian one. You only get the 32 gig model. There is no 16 gig. So you get it for $499. I think in the US it's $550 for the 32 gig. So that's how it is. It's $450 for the 16 gig in the US. So it's very cheap. It's $150 cheap for the Zoom's equivalent. So pretty great work there. And a bad reason to come up with this is the weight. Talked about this earlier, and this thing is a heavy monster. But it's a tablet, and you would expect that. And a quick benefit you get from this tablet is that you get 3 games, 3 pretty high-end games, not very high-end, but pretty high end. You got NFS Shift, terrible game in my point of view. Let's Golf and Hero Sparta. 3 games. They're not necessarily very good, but they're pretty good looking. So 3 free games. So overall, this is a very good tablet. I am very happy with it, except for the fact that there are locked bootloaders, and I did not know this until I bought it. So I might return this and get myself a new one, or wait for a different tablet. If you guys want me to keep it, just message me or reply in the comment section and let me know why you would like me to keep this, because if it was with me, I would be doing videos. And you guys with the Galaxy tabs, don't worry, I still have my Galaxy tab here, so I'd still be covering that. Alright, so that was my quick look at the, well, I wouldn't say quick, but that was my look at the Acer Iconia Tab A500, and I will talk to you guys later.